questions about the refugees in Hong Kong. The first question, why do you think there are refugees in Hong Kong?
Well, I think there are refugees in Hong Kong because it's a very nice place to live, and the environment is very nice and the people are friendly, so people want to come to Hong Kong.
The second question, what do you know about refugees in Hong Kong?
Well, I think a few years ago there were a lot of refugees coming from countries like Vietnam and other countries nearby, but I think recently there's not that many refugees coming to Hong Kong now.
Okay, final question. How do you think the Hong Kong government will react to the refugees?
I think the Hong Kong government generally are quite welcoming to the refugees, or at least they will try to do what's best for them and try to think about how to rehouse them or how to deal with them, or arrange for them to maybe go to other countries and things like that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Ask you 3 questions on the refugees in Hong Kong. The first question, why do you think there are refugees in Hong Kong?
I think refugees come here because Hong Kong is a free city and it's got a very positive economy, and people who need help, who are persecuted in their own country or have problems in their own country, obviously think that Hong Kong is a good place to come to because they have freedom here, the possibility of a free life here.
Okay, thank you. What do you know about refugees in Hong Kong?
I don't know too much. I know that in the past there were lots of refugees from Vietnam who were housed in camps here in Hong Kong, and the Hong Kong government eventually either sent them back to Vietnam or they found refuge in other countries, were processed here by the UNHCR. I think the UNHCR is still active here, but I think there are much fewer refugees, and I think the ones that come here tend to come from the Indian subcontinent. But there isn't that big of a problem, not as much as historically there was.
Okay, thank you. How do you think the Hong Kong government will react to the refugees?
How do they react? Well, I know in the past the Hong Kong government was criticised a lot for its treatment of the Vietnamese refugees here, because of the way that they were held in camps in very sort of poor conditions. But in the end, every year there was a major strain put on the Hong Kong economy by these thousands of people coming here needing to be processed and whatnot. So you can understand how the Hong Kong people were reluctant to spend their money on this. So I think sort of historically they haven't got a fantastic record, but I think like any other free country and any other sort of country that does the right thing, Hong Kong processes refugees in the right way. Maybe they could do more for them, but I think they probably do sufficient. They probably do just about enough.
Okay, thank you. Today I'm going to ask you 3 questions about refugees in Hong Kong. The first question.
Okay.
Why do you think there are refugees in Hong Kong?
I think there are refugees in Hong Kong because there are people in the world that are being persecuted by the government and they want to leave their country. And Hong Kong is a place that they come because we have free government.
Okay. Second question.
And they can come and seek asylum here, and then they can be rehoused somewhere else or resettled somewhere else.
Okay. Second question now. What do you know about refugees in Hong Kong?
I don't know very much, but I think Hong Kong being a very small country, we don't have many refugees. Maybe a couple of thousand refugees are being considered at the moment by the government.
Okay, thank you. Final question. How do you think the Hong Kong government will react to the refugees?
I think they are. I think they're not too negative or positive. I don't hear much about it, so I guess they're not big on attracting protecting refugees, but at the same time, I don't think they are trying to send them away like some of the other countries in the world.
Okay, thank you.
Answer your question?
Yep. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.